Popping everybody. Happy Tuesday, man. I know it's been a while. Um, so this is like a little vlog shit. Let y'all know what's going on with me, man. Um, my father's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. 70 years old. God bless him. Um, so I've been dealing with some things, man. I'm back at school, right? Like my professors, I um I like the material. Some shit is tedious or whatever. It's a stepping stone on my journey to where I'm going. Right. Sometimes I debate as to how transparent I'm gonna be with y'all about my life. Right. Um, you know, my life is a lot better now than it used to be. Although it has its moments that's like, I don't know. I guess getting clean, you gotta deal with feelings. It sucks sometimes. It sucks. But whatever. I keep it pushing. So anyway, so I've been dealing with this girl, right? And the way this came about is crazy, right? Individual taboo for me. You know what I mean? It was like, first of all, the point in time that I'm pretty sure I discussed, like she was disgusted by me, and vice versa. Years later, it was almost like she was always off limits. My brother had a crush on her. One of my man's fucking with her and shit like that. Years later, by just circumstance, bro, we ended up like hanging out. And we had a couple conversations. I was like, wow, this girl's like pretty fucking dope. Pretty dope. But got a situation going on. So I gotta fall back, you know, like right person, wrong time. And yo, peep this shit. So right. So anyway, I've been dealing with it, it's like misconnections all the time. Always something going on. I'm doing something, she's doing something. But when we get together, it's always match. Oh, it's always beautiful. Like the moment, shit, you know? And it kind of makes all the other bullshit worth it, right? So I come to find out, I'm in tune with the universe. Now, when I was getting high and shit, not so much. I'm in tune with it now. Universe will send you messages. Like intention and shit. Like I got Shorty on a motherfucking vision board and shit. Anyway, so universe will send you signs. So I'm at the point I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I can't fuck with you. There's so much stress. I do too much to be treated like that. Healthy conversation that like a lot of people in relationships probably don't have. Like, yo, this is how I'm feeling. You might want to like address that behavior. If you address that behavior, will be good. If not, then I can't fuck with you, right? Creating boundaries, creating barriers. Um, so right when I'm done, I'm like, fuck it, man. When am I even really being loyal to this chick? Well, she got a whole situation. So I'm gonna fuck with I gotta bring some girl over. I'm ready and I could have smashed, right? And dude, it's just not there. Like all I think about is this chick. Am I in love? Probably. And the ill shit is there's something there for her too. Right? So right when I'm ready, I got Shorty over. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fuck this chick, right? I do some shit I don't usually do. I'm never one like, yo, send me a sign. But I did it. Boom, got it. So I'm in tune with it today. Similar situation, but opposite. I'm feeling some type of. So I'm like, yo, God, I need you with me, right? God, just be here. Bah, 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 bah. God works through people. God works through a fucking stoplight sometimes, yo. Right? See some dude I ain't seen for it. Seen in a while. He recently lost his sister. I lost my brother a minute ago. I'm on my way home from school. I pick him up. We have a conversation. I forgot about everything. And I just wanted to share that. Like, it's something really beautiful about when you help somebody, you get out your own way for a little bit. You know, because sometimes I do things for me. This is for me, man. Sometimes I do things out of how I feel emotionally instead of logically or whatever. And sometimes you gotta operate with your emotion, your instinct, right? Well, I always use my instinct. But acting off emotion is not always good. You gotta have emotional intelligence. So I'm just aware of these synchronicities or whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm gonna keep y'all in tune. Like, I'm gonna keep y'all in tune, let y'all know what's going on. School's going good. I'm actually about to start. I started talking to this professor about like she did this meditation thing in class, and I was like, yo, maybe we could do that. Do some meditation group, create a group. And she's like, we're talking. And then I was like, well, maybe a podcast. You know what I mean? Turns out there's a dude in there that runs a workshop on how to start a podcast. So now, like, I'm getting all connected. Dude, a motherfucker like me, I was never going to go to school. You know what I mean? And it's weird. It's like I'm 30. I'm older. I'm 31, actually. Yeah. But I'm going to school. I'm around these young kids, and they think so wonderfully, but some of them is just like too symbiotic with their phones and shit, but whatever. It's like diversity is cool. It's cool. Plus, I sit up front now. I used to sit in the back when I was in school. I sit up front, I pay attention. Because I ain't there for friends and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm here. Let me get this fucking shit. It's a little piece of paper at the end of it all, right? But I'm gonna have some cool experience along the way. Learn some things. Keep perceptions. Like, yo, for all you motherfuckers out there that's struggling, bro, it's the people around you. It's the people around you that are gonna bring you toward like success or like down. It's what you tell yourself in the morning. Like, are you beautiful? Like, women, do you say that? Like that's a whole other topic. But like, your asshole, your greatest, whatever you tell yourself. We are who we are because of the words we tell ourselves in our head. Whatever that may be. And that could change. It's fluid like that. It's fluid. Fuck, man. I just want to say I love everybody. Love and light to all. My subscribers been going up. I had like 86. Now I got like 301. I'm noticing I got to learn to make thumbnails and shit like that. But yeah, man, I'm just out here chilling. Now, I was going somewhere on some tangent about shit, right? This is just like me talking to myself, But I record it because I think I say some fly shit. Also, for me to go back and document how I'm feeling, where I'm at. Like, oh shit, I remember when I was feeling that way. Or like in the future when I'm here with my shorty and shit, and be like, yo, I remember I made this shit about you. Not really about you, but I'm just letting my shit off. You know, oh yeah, I was talking about the shit at the school, yo. And there's just a lot of cool fucking professors, man. Shout out to Dr. Leo. She's dope. Dr. McCormick is dope. Yo, even my current English professor, Professor Linker, I actually sat and talked with him yesterday. I stopped in, we just chatted up, talked about perceptions and shit like that. You know, life is a cool teacher, right? So this is what I'm getting at. I'm trying to get this thing situated in the school as to where we could have like some meeting of the minds and shit to talk about shit we don't talk about in school, right? The shit that you learned I've learned through living life, right? And we're gonna have people. The idea would be to have people come in to the school and speak to people and introduce ideas and perspective, because that's what it's about, right? Like the bottom line of this fucking podcast or whatever my channel really is to give hope, man, to give hope to people, because a lot of people are walking around here being bitter and mean, and a lot of people are lost. A lot of people are lost. So the only thing they can do when they're lost is lose somebody else, right? So yo, there's the shit I was talking about like we learn about it today in school, right? Like perception schema, right? That's what she called it. I had a different name for it. I was like, this is a conditioning, right? Like we get conditioned to like learn shit since a very young age. Don't touch the stove, right? Learn how to look both ways before you cross the street, right? That's something that you should do that helps you, right? But we condition into thinking into these ways, right? So it goes even deeper than that, because now there's like, yo, a lot of dudes out here are lost. We figuring shit out. We don't know. There's no manual for the shit. There's no manual for it, right? And a lot of dudes are too prideful and they got too big of an ego to be like, yo, fam, I don't know how to do this shit here, bro. So I want to be able to have conversations like that. Talk about how you really fucking feeling, man. Not the bullshit, because there's too much people dying, too much people fucking turning to drugs and alcohol and crime and all this shit instead of like talking, man. Let's just talk. How are we feeling? How are you feeling? I get this shit off. I get it off in other ways too. I got therapists and shit like that. Like I get my shit off in other ways, but I want to create the dialogue, create the motherfucking dialogue, and be honest with y'all, I ain't even talking to my nigga. Come on. Not because anything happened. I've been kind of like in a dungeonal depression, and I sitting there, watch Star Trek. Been watching Star Trek like a motherfucker. But really, like the older I get, yo, I see what's crazy. When I was getting high, I thought I had a whole bunch of friends. I was always out, always doing shit. Now I'm clean. Now I'm going to school. Got a job interview tomorrow. I think I'm gonna get it. Doing some shit I used to do, but I think I'm gonna get it. Or maybe today. Nah, it's 3:45 tomorrow. Anyway, start back at work. So I'm gonna be at school during the day, work at night. I was going to do a scrap metal thing. I'm doing something else, whatever. Life is just unfolding for me now, so I'm going to stay true to it. So, a situation with Shorty, I told her, like, yo, listen, obviously, like, yo, the universe brought us together. If it's really, really like that, I'll catch you when you're done. Done with homeboy. You know what I mean? Because I ain't the type of dude, I don't want to be that dude. You know what I mean? Even though I know she don't love it. And then there's a lot more factors. I don't want to put their business all the way out there. But you know what I mean? Um, guys, girls, know what you deserve. What you deserve. You know what I mean? And talk to the people you love. Talk to that woman, that man, whatever it is for you that you love, and be like, listen, this is hurting me. This is how I feel. I love you, but work on this. What do I have to work on? I know I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be. So you got to be able to have the conversations. And what's dope is like, Shorty can. I mean, anyway, universe gonna do what it do, and that's what it is. Um, I'm like I'm trying to spread this shit that's like, yo, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Because I've been so much worse. We, you know what I mean? And the beauty is when you could get to this level of awareness, even though I have my lapses, right? Like I'm not perfect, bro. People gotta check me, but you'll check your friend. Have a feelings check with them. Talk about what's really going on. In other news, what else is going on? I'm working on a couple things. I don't know what direct. Yo, what's crazy is I thought I wanted to like do this one thing when I went to school, and I'm starting to think of other things. And by the grace of God, I'm here. By the grace of God, I have the brain I have. by the grace of God, I'm still the person I am in spite of everything that happened to me. Like I got to this place of surrender and acceptance and like all these beautiful things that happened to me. Anyway, I got this idea of doing this podcast at the school where I just like grab a random person and have a conversation with a random person, have a conversation and just talk to him. Just talk to him. You know, I do something every day at my campus because like there's the people that considered the geeks and shit like that. Like, yo, there's these two dudes, right? I'm walking in the courtyard the other day, yesterday to be exact. And I just ate a waffle. Waffle was banging. Anyway, I'm walking through the courtyard and I hear these two dudes talking about a story they're making for class, right? Story sounds dope. Sounds like a cartoon could get made out of it. A video game could get made out of it. So I'm like, yo, bro, tell me more about the story. At first, I guess I got the appearance like, oh shit, what's this dude talking to me? And like I'm a bully or something. You know what I mean? And I'm not that. Nothing. This is clothes on a mannequin. I'm one of the, yo, if you guys see me, come talk to me. Come and talk to me. I'll talk to you. But not if you want to do some bullshit. You really want to talk to you. So anyway, they start telling me this stuff. I'm like, yo, you guys are talented. You know, random people I never spoke to a day in my life. You guys are talented. There's something to it. And I was like, yo, see, that shit comes naturally and easy for you. That doesn't come naturally and easy for me. You know, and right there in that moment, I noticed beauty in just talking to people and figuring out, yo, how do you view life? From where? From what lens? From what angle? Where? You know? And how did you get to that point? Have you even thought about that? Have you even discussed that? Have you even had that internal conversation? No? Let's have it now. Let's have it now. And get to this place of peace and acceptance. And it's not always like that. Like I said, bro, I'm ready to blow a head gasket a lot of times, dude. A lot of times. But the worst thing to do is sit with your shit. Sit with it. Let it fester. Nah, bro. Especially if you're somebody like me, because it'll manifest itself in other ways. So, you know, love hurts. The people that we care the most about hurt us. Right? I mean, other people probably hurt us, but it doesn't hurt as much because we don't care. Right? Damn. Sounds like morbid. I'm not trying to be morbid about love because I love love. I love love. And love is relative to whom it stems from, right? And there's something about you know, I didn't learn this shit in school about relationships. I didn't learn nothing about it. I didn't learn about talking. I didn't learn about like telling you how I feel. I didn't, especially man, my, he wasn't talking about shit like that. He was a bitch if you fucking actually feel some type of way. You're pussy with it. You're pussy with it, right? Or you a sucker. When the reality is, ain't nothing wrong with being a sucker for the person that you love. As long as you don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of, right? And that's where these boundaries come in. And setting boundaries is hard, especially if you never had it. You know, universe is just funny, man. Just funny. It'd be kind of weird how like we make plans and God left. And the thing about that is when you have a strong will like a motherfucker like me, I want to do what I want to do. My bad. I got a phone call. I want to do what I want to do. So you like gotta be like putting up these roadblocks, not roadblocks, but really like, yo, dead end, don't go this way. I'll fucking find a way through it or whatever and prolong my will. But it always comes back. Always comes back. That karma shit is real, man. So once you know, you can't not know. And once you're aware, you get shifted to a different level of consciousness, right? So it's like I used to think like, all right, the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then like as you go, you get hit a different level. But I know people that are fucking older than me, old as fuck, that are stupid, that never woke up. And it kind of like plays into that Andrew Tate shit that most people are not playable characters. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. You ever heard the 5% teachers is like 85% of people are dumb, deaf, and blind. 5% know the truth, but they charge you for it. And then the 5% are the true and living God. Black man is God. They say. Um, I don't know if they talk about flesh or the spirit, but there's like so much shit to talk about. And I want to be having these conversations with people. Um, just natural. Natural free flowing conversations to let people know, like, yo, y'all ain't alone. I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. If there's name for somebody been through it, and I'm sure there's gonna be somebody that watches this eventually that's gonna be like, oh shit, like I kind of how did you get past that? How did you get past? Or oh shit, you went through that too. Oh, you're feeling that way too. And the thing is, like, don't make people feel alone, bro. The world does that to us. The world itself will fucking separate you. Don't separate you from your fellow brother or man, brother or sister, or whatever it is. Yo, and sometimes, bro, sometimes you gotta fucking love people when it hurts. Sometimes you gotta give them tough love. Sometimes, even though that shit hurts, it goes against everything that you want to do. You gotta do it. Because, like, yo, listen, you could work and get parts of somebody for a long time, but always have that fucking those gaps of just feeling like shit and feeling alone. But then you see them and it's like, and you could work with that and it'll work. You'll probably be a little miserable for a while, but it'll work. But your quality of life won't be as fucking great if you just left that alone and still just worked on you, especially if you really love the person, then it don't matter. You're gonna do that regardless because if you're a man, you want to be able to protect and provide for your woman, right? If you're not doing that, then you're not ready to be a man. And if you can't sit with yourself and your shit, and you ain't never get to the bottom of you, what are you gonna do with somebody else? But as I digress, why I need an engineer or somebody. I need to make this more professional. There's a lot of things I got to do, but it's all going to come in time. I'm trying to shift from the bottom up. And as long as you guys view it and you give your comments and you share it and just fucking be like, yo, look at this dude's jobber. Just, you know what I mean? What do we got going on in the news today? Let me look it up. I don't usually do this, but fuck. See what's going on. It was that fucking thing over you guys heard about the motherfucking weather balloon. You know? That weather balloon shit. China makes statement of downed spy aircraft. Blast US for how it responded to surveillance flight. Surveilling our shit photo. Yo, see, my thing on that is I think there should be more people should watch Star Trek and get to this point of like united fucking world, united federation plan. Because reality is, yo, what makes you you and what makes me me, although we are different, we are the same. We are the fucking same. We are the same. We're spiritual beings here having a human experience. If you want to believe that, or you're human or whatever the fuck you are, we're here together. Let's make this place together. Mother Earth, we come out of Earth. Fucking tree, apples, Earth peoples. You know, we need to be kind to each other. But first, we need to be kind to ourselves. We got to get out whatever individual shit pits we're in and be there for each other. Tell each other you love each other. I always listen. This is something I've always done. If I tell you my boys, I'll be on the phone with my boys. Yo, I love you, bro. Love you too. That shit means something, man. Intention means something. You know, loving people from a distance. Sometimes all you people in recovery, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. Loving somebody from a distance. They still living that life. But you can't, you can't be there for them. You can't enable them. And you know there's a better way, and it's like you just want to grab them. Be like, come on. Come on. Let's go. Because that addiction is such a fight. Such a fight. Such a fucking fight. You know, I got high for a long time. You know, more than half my life I got high, right? And I came to find out years later it was always something within me. But I always thought if I had that person, place, thing, if this was like this, I wouldn't do that. And it was always everything else, but it was never me. I used to blame thrower. My mom was drinking as when I was a kid. I was like, it's your fault. She stopped drinking. I couldn't blame her no more. Found something else. But I realized as to why I got high. This was a big thing. As a man, I didn't want to admit to trauma. You know, shit happened to me when I was a kid. Started getting high around that time. Well, sit with me. Anyway, I did some therapy and I came to a place of acceptance and forgiveness. Walking around with unforgiveness is horrible. That shit will destroy you. Forgive. Learn the concept of forgiveness, man. This shit is so vital. So anyway, anybody, to you guys in addiction right now, you tried AA, you tried NA, it don't work for you. And listen, I'm gonna keep it real. The program works. The meetings, it's a fellowship. You need people, right? But not everybody for everybody, right? Like even in the real world, people that aren't addicts, some people are fucking assholes. Some people are gonna be assholes. Don't let it deter you of the message. Because you the most motherfucking important motherfucker in that room. Is you. So you go and keep going. And then you come to find out there's steps and traditions and concepts, right? Which are spiritual principles to live your life by. NAAA, that's one way to get to the place, right? You could also get it through religion. You could get it through Buddhism. You could get it through a psychedelic experience. A spiritual awakening is really what you want to get to this point. That's, oh shit, let me accept my fucking life and forgive others and forgive myself so I can fucking more operate my life from a better standpoint of being present in the moment and not letting the past define me, not letting the past dictate how I live today, but being able to take a look at the past and take a look at whatever lessons and whatever the fuck happened, right? Because like the universe will send you the same fucking lesson until you learn. Whether it's a girl, whether it's a situation, whether it's a fucking ticket in the mail, whatever the fuck it is. If you try to, this is why this awareness is so beautiful. And the more you talk about it with people, the more aware you will be. Why, like, you know, you go to math class, right? You go to fucking the math teacher's talking about math, right? Now, everybody else is engaged with the math problem. That situation works is because people went to talk about the math problem. Same thing with recovery works because we're talking about the problem. Talking about now, how do we solve the problem? Talk about the solution now. Let's talk about it because you're gonna get them in the beginning. You're gonna get the problem. Now that the problem's out on the board, how do we solve it? What do we do? And the more complex the problem, the more steps involved to get to the fucking solution. As within, so as within, so without, as above, so below. Everything is just you start to see pattern, right? They say life is frequency, waves, and energy, right? Frequencies got patterns. Waves have patterns. And when you can see the patterns, you can predict the trends, right? Statistics, right? Although that's an annoying math class. When you could apply it to your life, it makes more sense, right? So if you could look at, that classic example of touching the stove, did you have to touch it a couple times? So now then you learn, you get to learn, and you find out, oh shit, don't touch the stove. It's hot. Because you know the pattern. I invite you all to look into patterns in your own life and figure out why you do the things. Way beyond the situational shit that's happening right now. Because we all got fucking problems. But look a little bit deeper. Dig a little bit deeper. Find out why you are the way you are. And start the journey. And it's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful journey, man. When you get to this place of looking around and seeing the places you used to hurt. You see that motherfucker you used to be, that piece of shit you used to be with a gash on his face. You look at that shitty person that you got out your life because you didn't want to hurt no more. And you realize that you're not better off. You're better. I mean, you're not better than. You're better off living this way. I'm not better than none of you motherfuckers that's still getting high, whether you got a stem in your mouth or a fucking needle in your arm right now. Not better than nobody. I'm better off clean. I'm better off being a friend to myself. Not better than. And I just want people to know I'm here for you. If you need anything, let me know. And I'll be here. Because that's what I'm trying to, that's the message I got. I don't know if this shit made sense. But I think it does. I might watch it later and be like, nigga, what the fuck was you saying? But this is just my vlog. You know? My little interview with myself. Because this shit happens to me. Dark moments, depression, all that shit happens to me. And the antidote is to talk about it. The antidote, go for a jog, go for a walk, clean your room, clean your house, read a book, keep your mind occupied. Idle mind is the devil's workshop. Idle time is the devil's workshop. Put them both together. I'll figure out some shit to do. And sometimes the shit I want to do isn't too good for me. So I don't know, man. I just hope. I just hope that I've given some hope. I hope that somebody relates to something I said. And I hope you make it through today. Fuck what happened to yesterday. Fuck what you think's gonna happen tomorrow. I just hope you make it through today. And if you're fucked up already, start your day over. The world beats us up enough. Let's build. And that's another thing. Out of every situation in life, and this might be something that you might hear me tell people whenever I have conversations with them, because it's something I'm saying a lot. You could build or destroy from every situation you get into. Situation with a girl. I'm like, bitch, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, bitch. You ain't shit, bitch. All you good is for this, for that. Da da da. She's gonna get a condition, right? Which she's gonna start to believe. She's gonna end up as a result of that. She's gonna stick around that painful fucking mess. And think she deserves it. Kind of like a Stockholm syndrome. You know, there's a lot of great women. You know, that's another thing. I'm tired about dudes talking about bitches ain't shit. You know, they all hoes. Nah, bro. If she's a hoe, it's one of the dudes that made her that way. You know, from a young age, and maybe it's because of the sexual trauma that happened to me, that I always looked at people a little bit different. You know, I remember as a young age, because I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21. Shout out Rachel. um, and for me, it always had to be like an emotional connection. Even though I was also a weird person or whatever, I was too into an image instead of figuring out who I am at a young age. That's why hold on, we're gonna put this on mute. All right, my bad. I had to mute that. That was actually the motherfucking. I forgot what I was talking about. But I know something about Hovind anyway. That was actually dude calling me saying, "Yo, can you make it here by 5?" So it's 4:11. I figured I'm gonna go to 4:15. I'm gonna shut this shit down and I'll upload it later. Um, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. What's happening right now? I'm I, I'm ecstatic. If this goes well, this conversation goes well, this is gonna be good. Um, so fucking, I'm logging off now. I'm gonna come back later and probably share some shit with y'all. Yo, listen. Oh, I was talking about. Hold on, let me get into that. I was talking about. I always was emotionally involved with people. Like, yo, I always I used to hang out with chicks, and I remember I'm picking up girls, hanging out with them for the first time. I don't know about the music they listen to. If I would like, is that me judging? No, maybe. Um, I would know about the conversations they had. So I realized then I'm more attracted to the mind, although you have to look attractive. There has to be something there. It's just me. Maybe that's shallow. I don't know. But yeah, I had to be emotionally involved. You gotta have a good mind. And so anyway, I used to be around my boys, and they would like want to train a chick, or I'd be hanging out with a chick. Yo, see, she was down to do this. I used to be like, yo, what? So it's y'all dudes that make chicks the way they are. They've been hurt. Men, we've been hurt too, and it created this fucked up cycle. Let's start the healing. It starts with us. We break the cycle. We break it. All the cycles that our parents put us into, we break it. It's on us. Build or destroy. So next time you meet a chick and she's, yo, see why she got those issues. Start healing. Let's start healing. But first, we got to heal ourselves. And once we do that, we can do the work of healing through conversation, through vulnerability. Vulnerability is the fucking graveyard of shame and guilt and the birthplace of joy and happiness. I love y'all.